Interesting scare this week with the floods. We were going to build an ark as part of our Building Safety Month kickoff, but we were able to avoid that this year. We start off by saying that the city of Alexandria I'm sorry, I promise you we're not serving beer. The City of Alexandria and the Alexandria Department of Code Administration want to welcome you to the second annual Building Safety Month kickoff. Our team is proud to be a part of the national effort introduced many years ago by the International Code Council, an organization dedicated to timely building code development, product evaluation, training, and promotion of building safety to recognize the importance of safe building principles to our community. I want to thank first off the mayor, Bill Ewell, for being here with us today, our city manager Rashad Young, both will be giving some remarks shortly, and also Sarah Yerke, Senior Vice President with the International Code Council, who has joined us today from the Washington office. Before I get too much farther along, a couple brief announcements. First off, following the kickoff event and the signing, and it was supposed to be following, but anyway, there will be hamburgers and hot dogs for anybody who would like to join us. They're actually up and running now. Yes, there you go. So please stay and join us for some lunch. Second, take a few minutes, please, and go around to our various vendors that we have. This year, we've kind of doubled the number of people that have joined us. This is a growing event, and we're very proud of that. Third, there will be a couple of things happening. We're going to be selling some 50-50 raffle tickets today, and the beneficiaries of that will be Rebuilding Together Alexandria. And so I'm not sure who is selling the Rebuilding. Harold with the green. So the tickets will be $1 a piece, or 6 for $5, and we will actually have that drawing at 12:30. You do need to be here because all you get is a ticket with a number. So if you can be here at 12:30, we'd appreciate it. If not, I'll tell you what, if we can find a pen, you put your phone number and your name onto them, we'll make sure you get called. And also, many of our vendors today have provided door prizes, and we're very thankful for that. And so there will be free door prize tickets being given out. Each person will be able to get one, and we will draw the door prizes at 12:30. You will need to be here for that. So if you got to skip and go back in for a little bit, come back out at 12:30, bring your ticket, and you'll be eligible for the door prizes. We're going to have the T.C. Williams Choir join us today for the national anthem, but I think they got held up. So without further ado, I think we're going to start our program with the city manager, Rashad Young. A little background for Mr. Young. He was appointed on October 24th, 2011 as our city manager. His entire career has been dedicated to public service. He began as an intern with the city of Dayton and earned his Bachelor's of Science degree and Master's of Business Administration degree from the University of Dayton. He worked in Dayton as an assistant to the city manager, deputy director of the Division of Information and Technology Services, acting assistant city manager in city manager. In 2002, he accepted a position with the city of Cincinnati, Ohio as assistant city manager, and he moved back to Dayton in 2005, where after a brief term as assistant city manager, he accepted his first city manager's position. He also joined us from the city of Greensboro, North Carolina. By the way, they have one of the most excellent permit centers. I think we've all had an opportunity to go down and visit them, and we've learned a lot and things that we're implementing in our own. And again, he was appointed there in 2009. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce City Manager Rashad Young for some remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, John. I thought he was going to say he was going to ask me to sing the national anthem. I would have politely declined. But thank you, John. This is a special day for us. We're trying to raise awareness of building safety and as a result, we proudly celebrate Building Safety Month during May of each year. This is a month of public safety awareness to help individuals, families, and businesses understand what it takes to create safe, resilient, affordable, and energy-efficient homes and buildings. When our building safety and fire prevention experts inspect buildings and review construction plans to ensure code compliance, they help to ensure the places where you all live, learn, work, worship, and play are safe. They work closely with home builders and contractors and design professionals, building owners and tenants, and others in the construction industry to provide the greatest degree of public safety allowed by the building codes adopted in Virginia. Homes and buildings that are built in compliance with building safety codes result in resilient structures that minimize the risk of death, injury, and property damage. Regardless of the department team members work in, whether it's code, administration, fire, planning and zoning, or elsewhere, they work hard every day to provide public and building safety through administration of codes and regulations. Because resilient structures minimize the risk of property damage, property owners may pay lower insurance costs, and millions of taxpayers' dollars can be saved when rebuilding from natural disasters. Based on building science, technical knowledge, and past experiences, model building codes provide protection from man-made and natural disasters, guarding public health and reducing property losses. The codes address all aspects of construction, from structural to fire prevention, public and mechanical systems, and energy efficiency. Our local efforts have made significant improvements in the processing of permits and coordination of departments through the expansion of our multi-agency permit center. The center has been recognized by many customers, businesses, and building safety partners as one of our most significant improvements to attracting and maintaining businesses in our community. The center is made up of representatives from transportation and environmental services, planning and zoning, finance, and code administration to form a team focused on customer service while in securing the intended outcomes from the codes and regulations we are responsible for. Our efforts to recognize the complex permit process navigation and urban regulations found in our city have led us to develop and implement the Small Business and Residential Project Facilitation Office within our permit center. Team members are trained in the multiple department requirements necessary to obtain permit approvals and are available to assist anyone who is not familiar with our processes and regulations. From beginning to end of the project, they can pull together the right resources and answers for any project. And last, we've implemented a special projects office within our code administration department to keep large projects on track and monitor the progress of specialized inspections conducted by design professionals and third parties. The building codes are not the end-all in the building and maintaining of safe buildings. And building code regulations are not all-encompassing. It takes a team effort, the safe building team, to make sure that where you live, work, and play is safe from building failures. In closing, I want to recognize the many members of the safe building team, both on our city staff and all around the country. Without the efforts of safe building professionals around the country, we would be less safe in our homes, damage from storms or other disasters would be much more severe, and death and injury from building failures and fire would be daily headline news. So join me as we officially open Building Safety Month 2014 for the City of Alexandria.
Thank you, Manager Rashad Young. We're very happy to have you here today. Next up will be our mayor, William. Some people know him as Bill Ewell. The mayor has been on city council for a very long time and has been mayor of our city for 14 years? 4 terms, so 12 years. We're working on more. And if you didn't happen to notice, he is running for another office, happens to be across the water, another hill a little bit. So without further ado, I'll introduce the mayor, William Bill Ewell.
Thank you, John, and I want to thank the city manager for his wonderful comments, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Certainly, we're very enlightened and pleased and proud of all of the employees that work not only for the Code Administration Office, but all the employees that work here in the city government and City of Alexandria. Alexandria, along with America, is celebrating Building Safety Month during May. The theme this year is Building Safety, Maximizing Resilience, Minimizing Risk. Each week of Building Safety Month spotlights a specific area of building safety. And as we all know, folks are always building, rebuilding, remodeling, constantly in this city, whether it's a building or home, whatever. And so it's important that they do it in a very safe manner. Building safety impacts everyone. The City of Alexandria is a Building Safety Month supporter and a participant. First observed in 1980, the goal of Building Safety Month is to raise the public awareness of critical safety issues and importance of building permits, plan review, and inspections related to structural and non-structural building issues, fire protection, plumbing and mechanical systems, energy efficiency, and the proper maintenance of our existing building stock. Each year, a presidential proclamation is declared recognizing Building Safety Month nationally. Governors, mayors, and other elected officials across America signed proclamations, which I'll do in a few moments, supporting this public safety effort. This year, the community is continuing to work together to ensure public safety through building codes. Among the 500,000 members of the International Code Council that created Building Safety Month are code officials, plan reviewers, fire inspectors, architects, builders, engineers, contractors, and others in the construction industry, including the team from our Department of Code Administration who work to ensure the safety of the buildings where we live, work, learn, worship, and play. These dedicated team members provide the first line of defense against building disasters. They are silent but vigilant guardians who work daily to ensure safety in the built environment. Local activities during Building Safety Month include this opening event and booths at various farmers markets and building suppliers around the city. The public is encouraged to participate and learn about the essential work of the City of Alexandria Code Administration team and its partners in building safety. I will now ask those on stage and the team members of the Department of Code Administration to come forward as I read and sign this year's proclamation.
Also, if the representatives from Virginia Building and Code Officials Association would come forward, I'd like for you to join us. And if there's anybody, I think we had a fire marshal here, if they would like to join us as well.
You going up?
I'll sign the proclamation first and then read it. Ready for a photo op.